Hi, this is Ann with Finance on the Offense, and today I'm going to go over my 28 passive income streams and how long I spend on them each week. Then I'll go over how they compare against each other as far as income goes. I'm not actually going to share numbers, but I'll let you know which income streams are the best to try if you want to give them a shot. All right, let's get started. Now, before we get too much further, I want to go over the fact that passive income is actually my full-time job, and I actually put in more than 40 hours a week on it, so it's not really passive at this point. It's not like when you just invest your money in an index fund and then you wait and it builds on its own. There's a lot more work involved with these, but I'm hoping at some point that I can stop working on them and they will continue to pay out money over time. First up is stock images. I started my first passive income stream back in 2016 selling vector images on Shutterstock, which is like a stock photo site. And vector images are kind of like cartoony images, and I'm a graphic designer, so this is something that was pretty easy for me. But if you wanted to try this, you could actually hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork to make these designs for you. Just make sure if you do that, that you purchase the full rights to them, which includes selling. Full rights means you own it as if you created it yourself. And it's usually a little bit more expensive than not doing it that way. Over the next 3 years, I added 10 more stock photo websites. They were all really similar to Shutterstock, and I put the same images that I put on Shutterstock across all these different sites. The sites I sell on are Shutterstock, 123RF, Deposit Photos, iStock Photo, Dreamstime, Big Stock, Adobe Stock, Pixta, Pond5, CanStock, and Alamy. Selling images on those sites, it took a little bit of time to kind of figure out their processes because each one has a different uploading process. But once you figure it out, it is pretty simple to put the same stock images across all 11 sites. So now it only takes me about 30 minutes to upload 7 images, and I do that all on one day, usually on a Thursday. I also probably average 3 to 4 hours a week making new designs for these sites. So those are the first 11 of the 28 income streams that I have. Next is digital downloads. In 2017, I decided to open an Etsy shop selling digital designs, and these are different designs than what I put on the stock image websites. Over the next 4 years, I added 3 more similar sites to Etsy, and that's Design Bundles, Creative Fabrica, and So Fancy. And I put the same designs that I put on Etsy on all of those other sites too. These are also very graphic design driven, but you could also with the Shutterstock and those type of sites, you could hire someone to make these designs for you and then sell them across the 4 sites that I mentioned. But it would be a bit challenging to not be the creator for these designs because a lot of times you have to handle the customer service side and you have to be able to answer questions that your customers ask about the designs. And if you didn't create them, I can see that being a little bit of a problem. But you can absolutely start a digital download shop on Etsy that is not design driven. So you could do like Microsoft Excel spreadsheets that are budgeting templates. You could do resume templates for Microsoft Word and things like that. You don't have to be a designer at all. The time I spend on the Etsy style shops is probably around 7 to 8 hours a week. Print on demand. I started a Redbubble print-on-demand shop in 2017, and print-on-demand is a really nice concept because you create the design or have someone create it for you, and then you upload it to Redbubble. They take your image of a design and put it on an image of a sweatshirt, a mug, a tumbler, and things like that. They don't actually print it on there yet. It just looks like it's on there. And then if somebody actually orders your mug, for example, Redbubble will go ahead and print it on the mug and ship it out to them. So you, as the person who uploaded the design, doesn't have to do anything after you upload it. Redbubble takes care of everything else. Production, shipping, and they also handle customer service for you. Now, I actually use the same designs as on my Etsy shop for my Redbubble shop, so there's not too much extra work involved. Over the next couple years, I added another Redbubble shop, a Zazzle shop, Society6, and Spreadshirt. and all of those are print-on-demand websites. I put the same designs on all the print-on-demand shops. I also recently started selling blank journals and notebooks through Amazon through what they call Amazon KDP, which is also a print-on-demand option. So if you wanted to start this passive income stream, you could do this using the same design across all those different channels. So now we're up to 21 income streams. Education and courses. Also in 2017, I started a graphic design YouTube channel, and then a couple years later, I started another YouTube channel about cutting machines like Cricut or Silhouette. And I started selling full courses on Udemy and Skillshare. Now, the educational content for these sites is mostly about graphic design, but this is something that anyone could do. Everybody knows something, so they could share that knowledge by making a class or starting a YouTube channel about it. It could be about knitting, building houses, test taking. Just make a YouTube channel around that. Now, this category is very time consuming for me. I usually spend between 30 and 40 hours a week making videos for, one of these sites, YouTube, Skillshare, or Udemy. Now, you probably noticed that I did not mention this channel, and that's because it's not making any money yet, so I can't count it as a passive income stream. Maybe someday. All right, so we're up to 25 income streams, and now I'll go over the last 3. Affiliate marketing. I'm an affiliate for FontSelf, which is software to make your own fonts, Design Bundles, which is really similar to Etsy, and then another software called Flying Upload, which helps you to automate the process of uploading your designs to a lot of the different sites I talked about already. So when I recommend people to buy this software or become a digital seller, for example, on Design Bundles, I make a little bit of money. I spend probably 1 to 3 hours a week on affiliate marketing. Most of it actually comes from videos I've already made that I put on my YouTube channel. Okay, so how do they all stack up against each other when it comes to how much money they make? First, we'll look at stock images. Out of the 11 stock sites I submit to, Shutterstock does the best, but Adobe Stock is a close second. Now, a while back, Shutterstock was by far the biggest, but they changed the way they pay artists, and they really reduced the amount that we get, unfortunately. These really small ones, they really don't make much. So if you're going to make images for stock sites, I would definitely start out with Shutterstock and Adobe Stock first. Next up is digital downloads. So this is going to be like Etsy, Design Bundles, and those. And here, Etsy is the big winner. Design Bundles is growing, but it's really not as strong as Etsy is, obviously. And then these two really don't make much at all. Next up is print on demand. And one of my Redbubble shops makes the most in this category. But my other Redbubble shop, which I honestly don't put very much on, it makes very little. And the reason I have two is because they have a completely different audience. Spreadshirt and Amazon bring in about the same amount. I'm really going to focus on Amazon a little more this year. I just started it, but it's already a big portion of the pie. Next up is courses and education. Now, my graphic design YouTube channel is making most of the money here. Skillshare is a small piece of the pie, and then my other YouTube channel and the Udemy are not making much at all. But this year I'm also focusing on building my Skillshare, and I'll probably also try to do something with Udemy towards the end of the year. Finally is affiliate marketing. FontSelf makes up the most of what I make in affiliate marketing. Design Bundles, it does okay, and then Flying Upload is pretty minimal. And now let's look at all the income streams kind of competing against each other. Digital downloads is leading by quite a lot, and that's Etsy and Design Bundles and those. Next is stock images, and then courses and education. Affiliate marketing and print on demand are there, but they're not really doing much as far as income goes. So those are my 28 income streams. I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm actually not making a ton of money. I'm not rich or anything. And some of those income streams only make $1 or $2 a month. They're probably not even worth my time, but I do enjoy it, and I figure something is better than nothing. The hardest part of any income stream in my experience is just getting it up and running. So if you want to start creating income streams, I would really recommend just focusing on one, getting it really down pat, and then moving on to the next one. If you try to do too many at once, it just gets overwhelming and you'll want to quit. And by the way, these are just the passive income streams that I'm doing at the moment. I also have another video, and that'll be right up here at the top of your screen, of some other passive income ideas that could help you if you're not interested in trying any of the ones in this video. All right, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click on the like button, and I'll see you next week with another Finance on the Offense video.